So Destroyer Johnson is going to be going in. Looks like Hagzilla will be following right behind him. Rolling B cap. Honestly, if I'm one of these guys right now, the caps are so... A cap, I assume, is going to be ignored. This map, the meta of this map has changed from completely fighting the A cap to then fighting between B and C. You know, when you're looking at this, you can't see the minimap now because I've since covered it up. A cap used to be the turtle. Everyone kind of goes there and fights it, and then why is nobody capping B? Why is nobody capping C? Now it's completely changed the fight from that B cap to C cap. So I assume A cap will be semi-forgotten for a little while. Maybe a destroyer from Team Special Forces will kind of go off and venture off themselves. We saw it in the first game where they were on, I believe, Land of Fire, and they capped the C cap all by himself. They won that 1v1. You know, if they do that, then they know that, of course, there's going to be something there. I'm going to hold off on. Okay, I didn't want to say it. Okay, there we go. Looks like it looked like maybe a destroyer, fog destroyer, was going, and there it is. There's Team Special Forces. Those destroyer players on that team, and it may be a cruiser. I may have just completely missed it. The Team Special Forces destroyer players have maybe some of the biggest balls in World of Warships, because right now there's one destroyer that's on A, and I believe he is all by himself. And that's 2 out of 3 games. They have gone solo destroyer into 1 cap. And that takes some balls on this level of play, because if you're a singled out destroyer, you're definitely going to be getting picked on right now. So Crying Stripper over there all by himself. Crying Stripper not taking the extra health like these two guys are, Hagzilla and Destroyer Johnson. But these guys are going to be having some trouble. Snoop Duck in there, the one ship that does have radar, is going to be able to spot these guys if seen. And also, Destroyer, Fog Destroyer, going to be dragging his planes right over New Orleans. And if you guys have ever played a carry against New Orleans, that A hurts. That A hurts a lot. And Team Special Forces, their destroyers, no hair, don't care. I don't know what it is, but man, they just go all by themselves and are willing to say, hey, if we're going to 1v1, let's go, bring it on. My shots versus your shots to see who wins. Because as we can see, there was a destroyer on A, there is a destroyer on C, and nobody's being contended at A. So he's gonna be able to rotate towards B. They know the New Orleans is there holding those guys back. As the New Orleans might be taking some damage from the carrier, but he's gonna have a destroyer to back up him in just a little bit. Nermont taking some shots, but not taking any damage right now. We're kind of not seeing too much aggression. Battleship Montana taking some damage, down to about 45,000 life. 2 fires. Just getting rained on by that Kutuzov. That right there, guys, is the reason why you take the Kutuzov. And Otago can't do that. He's probably sitting right about 17 some K right behind that island. He's perma-spotted by the other battleships, other destroyer that's on C cap right now. And he's just getting rained on. Battleship Montana can't do anything. So he's going to be perma-spotted, getting rained down by that Kutuzov, and just like that, the Kutuzov's going to start spreading fire around. What a dirty horror of a cruiser that is. This is the reason why you take the Kutuzov, guys. So let's go back over to Fog Destroyer right there. So I don't know if you guys were able, obviously because you can't see the minimap, but we know that the destroyer is right just on top side of B, but not capping it. Fog Destroyer going to maybe try to ninja cap A cap because he knows nobody's over there. And it's not a bad idea if they're not going to be pushing there. We know there's a destroyer on C. We haven't seen it yet. Fog Destroyer going to be pushing A cap and maybe try to ninja. There it goes. Let's see Hagzilla. Hagzilla might be seeing some action relatively quickly. He's going to be going. He knows on his left right now there's a New Orleans that is almost in radar range, as well as a destroyer that is on cap right now. So pretty scary if I'm him. He's in the range of D-Bob as well. Maybe put some torps in on him, as well as 1,000-pound bombs right over his head. So maybe he's waiting for those dive bombers to maybe get a little ways away. Exila waiting for the perfect time to launch these torps. He sees D-Bob. D-Bob's kind of isolated by himself on this side of the island. Tesla Chickens on that side. Nermond and Fusion both on that side as well. Snoop Dogg taking some shots from Fleet Admiral. Fleet Admiral looks like his first game. No, Fleet Admiral was in these last games. We have a Kutuzov versus New Orleans. We know what Benson is there as well. The AP on this is going to be able to basically whoop this New Orleans butt if he does get a decent broadside. But it's 2v1. If Hagzilla can, he's going to put maybe some torps into this New Orleans and that destroyer there. Fleet Admiral doing a really good job of not taking any damage from these guys. We all know the Kutuzov is relatively fragile compared to the New Orleans and other ships. And there is Rhino. Rhino is hiding in the smoke, but beautiful shots in there. Looks like he's loading over probably to HE. First shots in on Rhino, just out of range of torpedoes too, so he knows he can be relatively aggressive. But there's the AP from the New Orleans. Big hit, knocking out the propulsion of Fleet Admiral. You don't go broadside to a New Orleans at all, and that's exactly what he did. That New Orleans is sitting front on, able to get 2 of his turrets, shooting AP at a Kutuzov that's about 10 kilometers away. Another big Citadel hit right there. That New Orleans is going to be able to chunk down this Kutuzov if he's not careful. Fleet Admiral maybe getting a little too aggressive. Hagzilla taking some big damage right now. Hagzilla down about half K life and going against Rhino, who's about 2/3. So Hagzilla's gonna have to start hitting some shots and not getting hit anymore. D-Bob might put some decent shots on him. In come the torps. Hagzilla maybe looking for some for a torp possibly. Takes the torp. Rhino right on his tip. Fire on Hagzilla though, down to about 500 life. Down goes Hagzilla. Rhino wins that fight. Rhino's been playing out of his mind right now. So Rhino down to about what now? 6,000 life. Takes that trade. And now they have that advantage. They have the New Orleans on the top side of that smoke. They have Rhino there as well. And now they're going to be going to another 2v1 with Johnson and Fleet Admiral, who's down to about half life after taking those big AP shells from that New Orleans. Johnson putting some torpedoes into that smoke. He knows the New Orleans is still just hanging there. And kind of waiting to see what happens. Torps are in. Shots are in on Fog Johnston. And Snoop Duck putting some big shots in him. But that Fleet Admiral can absolutely murder down that Kutuzov. Looks like he may be taking some torps. Snoop Duck takes one. Taking just one, so that's not too bad, actually. Fleet Admiral down to about 9k life. I don't know if they're going to quite get the trades that they want here. Rhino going in, pushing up as close as he can. Fleet Admiral might be taking some torps. That New Orleans AP is just punishing this Kutuzov right now. They're going to need to get this trade and at least have Fog's Destroyer Johnson surviving. Rhino down to about 2,000 life. Fleet Admiral down to about 4k life. That New Orleans Snoop Duck is completely beached. 900 life down on Rhino. Rhino is 800 life. He's praying that the fire goes out. He's pressing R as good as he can. Still 600 life. Fleet Admiral goes down with a sick shot from Snoop Duck. And Destroyer, oh gosh, there's the torpedoes. Destroyer stood there for too long, taking both torps, not getting the trade they want. Snoop Duck, maybe if he's on fire, he will go down. But really good trades for Team Special Forces. And just like that, a 3-ship swing. 2 destroyers down for Fleet Admiral. Oh, there they go. They pick up another. Oh, no. And Crying Stripper goes down as well. Just like that. This is reminiscent. Oh, what a shot. What a shot from D-Bob. Just dropping it right on Fog Destroyer's head. This game is very reminiscent of the first game Fleet of Fog said. Their Fleet of Fog had, where Fleet of Fog had the DD advantage, and they just didn't win it. They just didn't win it. Rhino's playing out of his mind, getting 2 kills this game. Wild Wing still alive with 1 kill. The Destroyers on Team Special Forces are playing out of their minds. They're obviously the stars of the first and third game already. They're down 2 caps. They have no more destroyers. Wild Wing's going to be able to kind of cap whatever he wants and move wherever he wants. Snoop Duck relatively low, but if I'm him, I just go over to A cap and just cap it without being contended. Adidas trying to take as much damage as he can. Montana down to about 38,000 life. Adidas now getting lit on fire. And all we have now is Fleet Admiral's down. All the Bensons are down. They're down in Amagi, and the other team only lost a Benson that took 2 down with them. Big Citadel right there on USS Adidas. D-Bob, just been hanging by himself in that same spot almost the entire game, and still about 6k life. They may be able to take him down, but Tesla Chicken just spreading HE fires as well as he can. USS Adidas luckily still had a repair right there because he just got three fires dropped on his head. D-Bob down to about 400 life. Hopefully someone can get the kill on him. And just like that, we got Snoop Duck way over there trying to get that cap. Looks like he got lit on fire, so he may be dead. But this is the advantage. You're going to have 3 battleships, just like this USS Adidas does get the D-Bob kill. But you have 3 battleships. Montana going to be going down too. This game's gotten out of hand pretty quick. Montana does have the repair. Maybe he has a heal, can kind of hang on a little bit. But the only way I see them winning this game is if they maybe get a miracle shot on Tesla. USS Adidas just taking too much damage right now. He's the lead battleship for these guys. Tesla Chicken's still sitting at almost full life. They aren't even focusing on him right now. I'm surprised they aren't completely focusing down this Kutuzov right now, because this Kutuzov is just going to be able to pump out insane damage for these guys. Tesla Chicken knocks down Montana, keeps him down. I mean, this is the Kutuzov right here. Battleship Congo still trying to hold on there, and there's the Benson Torps. Looks like Congo might be taking some torps right here as well. Takes one right on the side. This is the thing with the cruiser on the enemy team, is he's going to be able to keep everyone on fire, and not so much just burning them down, but keeping that repair on cooldown basically. So any fire, any flooding, anything's going to stick. So basically, Fleet of Fog's kind of on borrowed time. Maybe they can get a reset on Snoop Duck if they can. Not much else they can really do. They're kind of just marching to death. Congo's taking much damage. Dita and him both down about 16k life. And slowly going down 2 fires on Congo with no repair. Maybe get a miracle hit on Nermont. Just for glory. Just for bragging rights. Secondaries are in. He's not even shooting at Nermont. He shoots at Achilles. And down goes Congo. Adidas pushing up. Can he get the double kill? Can he get the one shot and ram? And there's some more 1,000-pound bombs from over his head. And down they go. GG's to them. They're saying GG's in chat. 3 caps to none. Only a CV left. Fog Destroyer hanging in this little corner saying, please leave me alone. Please let me save my repair. Just kidding. There's no repairs in the training room. Well, Tesla Chicken getting away. Probably the only damage Tesla Chicken, the sole cruiser on this team, the only damage he took was probably from ramming an enemy, or ramming a friendly ship. There you go. There's a full life Kutuzov, 2 full life battleships, and down we go. Team Special Forces takes the win, takes the series, winning 2-1 over Fleet of Fog. Really, both games were commanding. Game 1 and Game 2, both the Special Forces were very similar. They went in with 2 destroyers and completely controlled the map. Completely controlled the map with just 2 destroyers. I'm liking that they had that double cruiser play. They had the New Orleans, the help push middle. Fleet of Fog just wasn't able to get that trade. If they could have gotten some lucky hits on that B cap, kind of maybe taking those guys out, taking the the New Orleans out, and then getting some good crossfire on, controlling both caps and getting some nice fires and some good cross torps on it, they maybe would have had a chance. They played amazing in Game 2. Look at that Snoop Duck. New Orleans may not be the strongest, but look at that. Snoop Duck taking down almost 40 planes. Yes, Fog Destroyer was spending most of the game trying to get the kill on him at the end, but still, almost 40 planes from a New Orleans. That's really, really good for a cruiser. On this kind of map, especially with BCAP being the way it is, New Orleans isn't a bad choice. I don't disagree with them at all. It's just insane how well Team Special Forces was able to control the map and able to win the trades, the destroyer trades needed against 3 enemy destroyers. They're completely... Team Special Forces did such a good job at taking the one cap that nobody was at. Both games. And that they have big balls. Huge balls, boys. Huge balls. So... to kind of take that cap without, saying, hey, I'm going to go in all by myself. I don't need backup. Worst case scenario, I take some damage and kind of just go in there. So good series. Fleet of Fog taking that second game, looking really good in that second game actually, and from there, Team Special Forces winning the series. Going on, I think that'll be, what are they? I think they're 9-1 now on the series. So let me do the standings really quick. So Team Special Forces, I don't know if they'll be 10-1 after this. And Fleet of Fog will go back to 5-5, still holding that 5th place. And then Fleet of Fog will be going on to play Kantai Fleet Girls. I know a very crowd favorite in this stream. We've been following the Kantai Fleet around. And that'll be the next game. So there's going to be some downtime, guys. So that was a really good series, though. Fleet of Fog just not being able to get the trades that they needed to take the wins. Looking really good that second game and winning on Land of Fire. So really good job that game. They just lost some early those mid-game trades that they really needed to take and get that ship advantage. A couple salvos differently from their Kutuzov and that New Orleans, not taking a torp from this situation, and that's the game I think in their favor, and then a win for them. But just didn't quite go their way. And when you have Tesla Chicken, who's a fantastic player, all these guys are fantastic players, being at full life and in a Kutuzov sub 15 kilometers away from all those battleships, is just gonna be able to burn them down. So really good job by both teams. Congratulations to Team Special Forces for winning the series 2-1 over Fleet of Fog, and really good showing by Fleet of Fog in my opinion. The first game got kind of out of control pretty quick, and this second game they played out of their minds. And this game, I think a couple situations just go their way, and then they probably have another win. So really good job by both teams.